Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. Whether you're like me and have had your RV adventures put on pause for a little bit, or you're on the road living your best life, one of the things we all have in common is we have to fix those meals. I mean, you can't eat out all the time. That's incredibly expensive. And I have been working on the idea of creating my own personal cookbook that I can use for my family anyway. So I'm really concentrating now on making something that is space saving. While I do like to have a binder, I also use the electronic copies. I've got some other ideas for some apps that you can use too. So while I am creating my own family cookbook, I thought I would share it with you, and you might want to create your own cookbook that you can have recipes that your family likes in the comfort of your RV, with a few extra bonus tips that might stretch those meals, make them a little bit more economical, and give you more time to be with your family and really enjoy your life on the road. So just like anything you want to succeed, you have to have a plan for it. So you begin your cookbook really with a meal plan. And here is an example of what one might look like if you're going on the road for a week. And anytime you set up a plan like this, you can use it at home too. So even if you don't go somewhere, you're able to utilize that same plan. It frees up your brain, you know what to buy, and you can just have a really great week because everything's planned for you. A plan is simply that. It's a plan. Obviously, you can change things around. Things are going to come up. Anybody that completes their whole week exactly as they plan it, well, my hat's off to you, because I don't think I've ever done that. So you want to start by thinking about what you're going to be doing during the time you're away, and that includes your travel days as well. So using our example, Monday's a travel day. So you want to do things that are easy. If you're going to leave early in the morning, some people are going to want to eat then, some people are not. You don't want to have a bunch of dishes. So make some fruit and granola breakfast bars the night before, have them packed up, ready to go. You get in the car and you eat when you want them. And then you can stop for lunch along the way, have some kind of picnic sandwiches, chips and fruit, making it easy. And then one of my biggest recommendations is have some kind of a dinner in a bag. So that might be a stew. It might be chili. It might be spaghetti and meatballs, anything that you can cook, and then put into a bag that you could just warm up. Don't warm it up in the bag. Put it in a glass bowl, pop it in the microwave or put it on the stove and heat it up for dinner. You also might want to think about pre-baking some biscuits. Have those for dinner, and then they're ready for the next morning for some biscuit and egg sandwiches. Another really time-saving idea is to do something like a pork loin. Do that in your Instapot before you go. Again, put it in a baggie. When you do that, you don't take up quite as much room in your refrigerator. But that can be heated up. You can make it into little medallions for a dinner. And then the next day, you could actually shred it and have pulled pork sandwiches. Okay, so the laziest way to do all of this, but it's actually a brilliant idea, is to cook something like lemon chicken. And you make enough of the chicken breast to be able to stretch it for a couple more meals. So for instance, the first night we have lemon chicken. Then I take the lemon chicken, I dice it up, and I make chicken Alfredo the second night. And then the third night, I add the diced up chicken to some broccoli, and I make a chicken broccoli bake. Yes, we're eating chicken 3 nights in a row, but it's completely different tastes, and it makes it work. Okay, by now you've got the idea. You really need to plan your menu and then try to make it stretch so you can save room in your fridge and your cupboards and all those things. And of course, so your family will eat the meals that you're cooking. Our next step is to decide how you like to read recipes. Do you want to read it from an electronic type app, or do you like to have the written word in front of you? I've done both, and sometimes I still will do things like I'll go onto the app because it's really quick. But I like having the recipes that we really like in a binder. But I have figured out I don't want an 8x10. So I've created a 5x7 binder, and I print off the recipes that I find myself. Now, another way that you can organize your recipes is actually on Excel. Putting the recipes in there, you can categorize them according to beef, chicken, and whatever categories you want to add there. And they can be at your fingertips very quick, especially if you have a little tablet in your kitchen. And if your meal turns out pretty, or appetizing looking, you might want to take a picture of it because you'll be passing this on to somebody someday, or it just might remind you how good the meal was. So what's better than going through all these recipe books and trying to build your personal RV cookbook all alone? It's about sharing. So go to our Facebook page and join our recipe sharing group. And if you want the 3 recipes that I use from my lemon chicken, the information is listed below.
Hey, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. And would you do me a big favor? If you like this video, would you like and subscribe? Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.